What's up, Guiding Bolt fans? Jessica here, and today we have another set of Kraken dice to unbox. So it's been about a year since I did the unboxing of the 14-piece Succubus resin dice set. And today we have a 14-piece Plague Doctor resin set. Now this specific set of dice is brand new to Kraken's line. It just came out within the past month, and this set is actually for my stepson. So we'll be opening it up and taking a look at those today. One thing of note, so like I mentioned, it's been about a year since I last ordered the Succubus set. That dice set was actually delivered in a box, and it had special like confetti paper padding the dice in it. I noticed now they have kind of downgraded to this padded envelope, and you know what? I'm okay with that. If that saves them on shipping costs, I didn't really think it was necessary to do that extra step of the box and the special confetti wrapping to support the dice. So if this saves them costs and ultimately keeps them in business and keeps their costs down for the consumer, me buying dice, I'm all about that. So let's go ahead and open this up. Alright, packing label there. And we've got a bag here. And it looks like we have a couple stickers and our dice set in here. So stickers were included when I ordered the Succubus set last year. So I see that they're still doing that on. So we have kind of a mermaid octopus, the Kraken logo, and then a bright blue Kraken dice. That's pretty cool, actually. Blue's my favorite color, so that I like. And then we have our 14-piece dice set here. So this set does come with 4d6. We have 2 regular d20s, a large d20, a mini d20, isn't that guy cute? And then we have, the standard d4, d8, d10 percentile, and then our d12. See if I can get this opened up here. Okay, oh, and then of course our D2. So my stepson wanted a dice set that was, what did he say? He wanted a classic dice set, so white dice with black lettering, because you don't see many of those classic colorations anymore. That brought a chuckle to me when he said that. But I decided to go ahead and pick out the Plague Doctor set for him, because these dice have a secret to them. They are glow in the dark. So we'll have to go in the closet and see if we can get them to glow for you guys. So just taking a look at the dice here. The weight is about what I would expect. I think they might be slightly lighter than my Succubus set, but we can put them on the scale and put them to the test and see what happens. In terms of color, the pictures online, did have kind of that cloudy black swirled throughout the dice. I was expecting them to be a little bit more white in color. These are kind of a washed out gray, a dirty white, but I suppose that would make sense given their glow in the dark properties. So, look at that guy. Isn't that fun? That's a big guy. You're definitely going to want a dice tray to roll this guy in so you don't dent your table. Although he's probably lighter than a lot of the metal dice out there. I do like that these dice are very legible. Even though they have those black swirls in them, it wasn't overdone, so it's still very easy to read all of the numberings. Alright, we are standing in my closet, and I think these are going to show up fairly well on camera. You can see them glowing very nicely here. You can see that where the black swirls are, though, obviously the glow material doesn't shine through as well. So that's a fun little extra aspect of the dice. Obviously, it's not very practical for the kitchen table when you're going to be playing D&D, unless, suppose, maybe you're playing a horror campaign and for mood the lights are turned down low. But I don't know about you guys, we make sure we have lights on so we can see our character sheets and everything that's going on. But still a cool feature, and I know it'll be fun for my stepson. I've gone ahead and prepared a sugar solution for us to test the balance of the dice. So when I stick a dice in there and then I spin it around, hopefully different sides of the dice will randomly come up. If it continues to pop up on the same side or the same axis, that indicates that the dice is unbalanced. Okay, we popped up on 12 there. Give her a spin. And we came up on 11 that time. Our sugar solution does get a little messy here, but we'll just wash our dice once we're done. We have a 1 there. That popped up on the 12 again. Let's see if we can get this to the center of the cup where it's easier to read. A 9 that time. That is between the 10 and the 12. The 8. Try and give it a spin here. That popped up the 11. And that time, let's see, 19. So I feel like that D20 is balanced. Let's test out, how about the D12 now? Okay, we popped up on the 7. Looks like the 6. The 12. Let's go back to the other side of the glass where I can see you. The 1. We do got a couple air bubbles sticking to our dice here. Let me see if I can kind of knock those off. Popped up the 2. And looks like we're between the 12, the 3, and the 8. So this guy seems to be popping up differently. How about our D8? Pop up on the 8 there. The 4. And between the 2 and the 3. And it looks like we're on the 7 that time. Excellent. So just like the succubus dice, it looks like these, the plague doctor dice, are also pretty well balanced and randomly come up. Let's try one more. I have the D10 here. Came up to the 9. Floated up to the 8 there. That came back to the 9. Looks like we're between the 2 and the 8. Again, we're on that side of the glass I can't see. And we popped up the 8 there. And we're floating up to maybe the 1 or the 9 there. Okay, so that does it for our balance test using a sugar solution. And as you can see, it's very messy and sticky, but the dice wash off just fine in water. Alright, let's check out the weight of our dice. So I don't believe I weighed the D2 last time, but we'll go ahead and see how much that one weighs. 0.05 ounces. So the succubus D4 dice weighed 0.04 or 0.05. Same thing here, 0.05 for our plague doctor. The D6s weighed 0.15. 0.15, 0.15, 0.15, and 0.15. So we're all consistent there. Our D8 was 0.15 on the succubus set. Same thing for plague doctor. Both of our D10 and the percentile were 0.15 for succubus. Uh-oh, looks like we are not balanced here. Alright, let's weigh that D8 again just to be sure. Okay, 0.15. Okay, our D10, 0.15, and percentile, 0.15 ounces. Our D12 was a 0.2 for the succubus set, and it looks like we are a 0.2 for the plague doctor set as well. Our D20s for the succubus set were 0.3 and 0.3, 0.3. Same thing for our plague doctor dice. Now this set included 2 additional dice. We have our mini D20, and that little guy is 0.05, the same as our D4. And then our giant D20 weighs in at 0.65 ounces. Alright, final verdict. I do wish that the dice themselves were a little bit more of a bright white rather than kind of the muted gray. But overall, I like the feel of them. They have a good weight. They seem to roll well and are balanced. So they've got my approval. Thumbs up on the Plague Doctor dice set from Kraken Dice. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you back here next week.